Good morning, everybody. Today I will be visiting two locations, the first of which is Pelazar Natural Area, one of my favorite locations. I think I've done like 2 or 3 videos here. But this area is so dynamic that it begs to be photographed and visited all the time. It's always a new experience. Today I am going to be shooting some clouds that are above a tree line that I have focused on in a previous video. And with clouds, I never shoot into the sun of the clouds. The sun is always to my back, and that's the same thing that I always say for portraiture as well. If you ever shoot portraits of people, never shoot with them to the sun, with their faces, with the sun like on their face. That doesn't work. Today I'm using a FujiFilm SL series camera. This is the SL-260. In this line there's also the SL-240, 280, and SL-300. The only difference between the models is the amount of optical zoom. This one has the 26 times optical zoom. The SL-240 has the 24x optical zoom, and so on and so forth. This model is similar to the S4000 that I used in a previous video. The only difference is being it has a slightly more ergonomic and more practical body design. The sensor is the same, still unfortunately has that darn plastic tripod mount. But it also upgrades to a lithium-ion battery pack, which I think is a little bit nicer. It allows the grip to be a little bit more practical and not as deep as the one on the other model. Also adds a hot shoe mount, which the S series does not have. Back is pretty nice, similar layout, typical Fujifilm. I love these Fujifilm cameras. Okay, so for this exposure, my settings are going to be as follows. I'm going to have an aperture of f8.0. I'm in aperture priority mode on the dial. You can see the A right there, aperture priority mode. And my light sensitivity, if you can see on the screen, is going to be at 64 because of the sun. No need to have any higher than that. And my white balance, which is just something I haven't talked about much, is set to sunny. White balance is related to color temperature to some degree, but not at the same time. So I'm using white balance of sunny in this shot. For my composition, I'm going to be utilizing the foreground, the midground, and the background in this frame. For the foreground, as you can see in front of where I'm looking now, there's a set of grasses that kind of sway in an S shape towards the midground line where the trees are. And then there's the trees with the textures of the pines, and then the hardwoods, which are budding leaves right now, and then up above that you have the sky with the layers. There's some rain coming in, so you can kind of see that rain cloud effect. It's now the afternoon on Saturday. I've decided to come to the Natural Area located off of Cherry Bend Road for my second shot. Now the rain's about to come in. It's supposed to come in at 3 o'clock. It's about 2:30 right now. I have a few minutes before I think the rain rolls in with the clouds off that way. And I think I'm going to frame myself for a nice shot. I'll probably shoot at ISO 64 or ISO 100 and probably f5.6 or so for this shot. Composition wise for this shot, it's going to be much more straightforward than my shot this morning at the Pelazar Natural Area location. It's going to be more open sky and less foreground ground area. I'm contemplating even just cutting out having the grassland in this shot at all and just shooting from the trees up. Or I might shoot both. So all morning, this is Sunday, I was trying to think of something to say that would be insightful or wise or educational, but I don't really have anything. I think what I can say though is try to enjoy every season you have, especially the spring. I think it's really neat to see everything come alive from that really quiet, wintry type environment that we've been used to. Look at the blooms, just look at the grass, even just look up at the sky and listen to the birds. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, until next time, get outside and get some fresh air.